All right. Apologies for starting a little bit late. Work ran a little late as it normally does. We are busy, but we're back. Good evening, college football fans, and welcome to Week 10 of College Football 26 season-long Imperialism. We are down to the top 73 teams. Last week was the most chaotic episode we've had yet. James Madison lost their extra life almost immediately after gaining it when West Virginia beat them. Oklahoma gained an extra life by beating Kansas in a triple overtime classic. And Texas A&M beat the defending Imperialism national champion Texas Longhorns, who are now off the map. Arch Manning cannot come back into this series. And that really is the price of getting late into this season, is like we start losing the teams with all the most interesting storylines in the real world. The two biggest losses we've had so far have been Vanderbilt and Indiana. Both of them are in the top 10. Both of them are not used to being that high in the rankings, especially Indiana, who's the number 2 team in the country and was knocked out in just the third game of this 135 game tournament. The odds of that are just staggering. Very similar to Arizona State last year getting knocked out in the second game of the tournament. But here we are. We are at the top 73, getting down to 66 teams today. 68 teams is the halfway point of the tournament. We will memorialize that when we get there. But for now, let's shuffle and get started. Another battle ready to go. I think it's the 64th or 65th battle of the tournament. Is it Florida International? Yes, it is. FIU has already been landed on once. They avoided playing altogether. And we will see if that will be the same this time. The only team they can play is Miami, or it just goes straight into the Gulf of Mexico or the Atlantic Ocean or down towards Jamaica. Also, before I do anything else, all of my thoughts and prayers go out to the people of Jamaica right now who are experiencing a truly terrifying hurricane. I can't even imagine what that's like. I've seen some of the footage of what the winds are like and what the destruction is like. It's really going to be quite catastrophic. So, if you have any money to give or anything that you can do, now is the time to do it. Anyway, let's see if Florida International plays in this game or if they're just going to jump straight into the ocean. That is going to be another avoidance for the Panthers, who will avoid playing yet again. They will not play the Hurricanes, and we will add another avoid play to FIU's tally. So let's shuffle this again and see if we actually get a game this time. Who is it going to be? Is it FIU again? It's almost FIU. Instead, it will be the Auburn Tigers. As we go back into the southeast of the United States, let's see who Auburn could be playing here. They are not bordering their big Iron Bowl rivals, Alabama. They've got Georgia Tech, Florida State, and Ole Miss. A couple of very important teams in sort of the real world lore. Let's see where the Tigers will be headed in our first battle of the night. It's going to be... Ooh, that is close. I think that's Georgia Tech, but we're going to have to zoom in order to verify. Let's take a look. Right in the center. Oh, the center there. And we got to get a little closer. Hold on. Enhance. This might be a little too close. No, we got it. We got it. That's the center. And that is Georgia Tech, just barely. So the Yellow Jackets have not played in a very long time in the real tournament. They have been dominant. 8-0 for the first time in decades in real life this year. And now they face an SEC opponent, although not a very good SEC opponent. So here we go. Let's get it set up. To Atlanta for this ball game. Let's pull up the rosters over here so that we're ready to go in that regard. SEC, there they are. So here come the Yellow Jackets, the current favorites to win the ACC with an unbeaten record, a battle-tested quarterback, and so much swag. Let's change the lighting here. This one feels apt for Georgia Tech. And let's get their roster up and running. Georgia Tech, there they are. We were just talking about, like, interesting teams from real life, and now Georgia Tech is putting everything on the line. They could be eliminated, and that would be a real shame because I think they're going to the playoff if they're able to keep this undefeated record going. Here is the return from Georgia Tech. He's going to cut back the other way and get taken down at the 14. Not the best return. And here comes Mr. Haynes King. An incredibly skilled quarterback who just knows how to make the right play in the right moment for this Georgia Tech defense or offense. Facing a stacked Auburn defense that's just used to having a whole bunch of skill and talent, but they're outclassed in the SEC. We'll see how they do against an ACC opponent here. So around Jamal Haynes on the opening play, and it goes nowhere as we go to Super Sim. Auburn starts with an early touchdown after a turnover. It's 7-3. It's 7-6. Can the All Jags keep it close? They go up 13-7. They're trying to score again. Auburn trying to get back into it, and stop. We're just going to go a little slowly here. Oh, Georgia Tech's putting it away. If they get a field goal here, I think we can sim right to the end of the game here. Georgia Tech is on the precipice of winning their second game of Imperialism. They keep going 29-7. It's a blowout. Auburn tried to make it close at the end. It's 36-13 as your final. Georgia Tech able to defend their home stadium and get their second win. They knock out Auburn and gain just a little bit more territory in the state of Alabama. And this makes the Alabama Crimson Tide your state champions for this year. Let's go to the map and solidify that. Go. And Auburn, you did what I expected you to do. Bye-bye. Go. We're just going to get rid of this territory right here. And there's nowhere where Georgia Tech can expand in order to make that logo bigger, so they will stay in the exact same spot. Let's go to the wheel and eliminate Auburn from the wheel. There they are. Let's shuffle and get this thing going. Who is next to face the wrath of the arrow? It's not going to be FIU again. Is it Oklahoma for a sixth time? No, it's Arkansas State. They have already played twice in this tournament, beating 2 SEC opponents. Something unbelievably rare for a group of 5 team to do. We will see if they face another SEC opponent today. It's definitely possible because they're bordering against Alabama, Ole Miss, and Oklahoma, as well as Missouri State, SMU, and Louisiana. This is an incredibly consequential arrow. These are the undisputed biggest Cinderellas of this tournament, and they could be eliminated right here. Here we go. It's straight down south, and there's a tiny chance that's LSU, but I'm going to say it's probably Louisiana. So let's... Yeah. So this is a really interesting matchup. I just mentioned that Arkansas State beat 2 SEC schools this year as a group of 5 team. Louisiana did it last year. So now we get the championship of 2 of the strongest group of 5 teams we've seen in the history of this tournament. It will be Arkansas State versus Louisiana, and let's get the lighting right for this. Sun Belt Showdown. Arkansas State, Jalen Raynor, who has already solidified his legacy as one of the best group of 5 quarterbacks in the history of this tournament. But his legacy will be tested here by a talented Louisiana squad that has already beaten Sam Houston State this year. Does Arkansas State have one more upset in them? Let's see if they can pull it off. Here's hoping it's close so we can jump in and watch this one ourselves. I mean, honestly, I would jump in and watch more of it, but I got laundry to do tonight, and I got to go to bed. I stayed up till 3 a.m. last night watching the World Series, which was a mistake because I knew the Dodgers were going to win the whole time, but whatever. There goes the kick. Returned by Louisiana, and he is going to be dropped for a short return to the 18. So here comes Louisiana's quarterback. It's going to be Walker Howard. As mentioned earlier, playing in his second game of the tournament. We'll see what he can do in this one and only play that we watch in the first quarter. Howard throws the RPO to the outside. Number 88 is taken down for no gain. James Reed III with a fantastic tackle. Nope, not stats. As we jump to Super Sim. Louisiana up 7. Arkansas State cannot respond. Still can't respond. Louisiana trying to put away. They can't quite do it yet. Arkansas State still can't respond. We go to the second half. Still 7-0. Still 7-0. It's 7-7 now. Hold on. We're going to go one play at a time here just to jump down to 4 minutes. All right. We are live. Let's jump in. Arkansas State versus Louisiana. It has been a defensive battle here. 4th and 4. The Red Wolves have to punt it away back to the Louisiana offense, who had an early touchdown and has had absolutely nothing since then. But they will have good field position here. There goes the punt. It's going to be returned for a very short gain by number 3. So here comes Walker Howard again from the 40-yard line. Louisiana already only about 10 yards from field goal range. They fake the handoff. Howard throws short to absolutely no one. And, we haven't seen any other plays, but I imagine that's how it's been looking. Just suspect play calling and really bad execution for a Raging Cajuns team that should really be trying harder to get a win here. Howard throws short. There's a catch, but it's going to be just short of the first down to number 88. That's Caden Jensen, the tight end. And now, the moment of truth. Louisiana is in field goal range, but they need just 1 yard to start putting the pressure, time-wise, on the Red Wolves. Arkansas State ready to blitz. Howard goes for the tush push and makes it. We did not see a single quarterback sneak in the entire tournament last year, but the teams are starting to figure it out. And Louisiana is able to use it there to get a first down. So they keep going. 3 minutes to go, and Arkansas State's got to start worrying about timeouts here. Howard hands it off straight up the gut, and that's going to be a good run. Some fantastic blocking by the offensive line to just clear a little bit of space for Bill Davis to pick up 6 yards and make for a much easier 2nd and 4 here. Howard throws quickly, almost intercepted. They had a defender jumping the route, but instead it's Robert Williams who's able to make the catch for another Louisiana first down, and now the clock's going to run down to the 2-minute warning, and this is the last stand for Arkansas State. It all comes down to this. Louisiana will not chew the clock just yet, so maybe Arkansas State could have a little bit of time left if they're able to make a stop here. Number 7 is able to pick up 2 yards. That is Bill Davis with another run, and we will go down to the 2-minute timeout right there. Folks, it is officially crunch time. Are we witnessing the end of Arkansas State's unbelievable Cinderella run? Or will they somehow dig themselves out of a hole here to make a crazy comeback against the Raging Cajuns? There's another run to Davis. Davis tries to get outside, and he is stuffed for only a 1-yard gain. Devin Curtis's 5th tackle of the night. It'll be 3rd and 7. Arkansas State is not calling a timeout. They're not calling a timeout. They want to keep all 3 of them for this eventual drive. I don't understand that logic whatsoever. But Louisiana's not chewing the clock. Go figure. I don't really understand the computer logic from either side here. They take the push pass. Howard looks, floats to the end zone. It is caught for a Louisiana touchdown with about 90 seconds to go. It is, oh boy, it's Sampson Jr. making the catch. Shelton Sampson Jr. converting for the Ragin' Cajuns. It was a moonshot by Howard. Jump ball, and Arkansas State's defender, number 9, Avante Dickerson, could not make the play on the ball. The good news is Arkansas State has all 3 timeouts. The bad news is they would need only their second scoring drive of the night to happen right now to force overtime. So here's the kick for Tony Sterner, number 95. Kick is up, and it is good. Well, Jalen Rayner, your time is now. You've already made some crazy game-winning drives against the likes of Mississippi State and Arkansas, and now you have to do it again against one of your Sun Belt rivals in Louisiana Ragin' Cajuns. Here comes the return to the 5, to the 10. 15, he tries to spin, and... What? They got a second one. That's crazy. Rayner throws short on 1st and 10. It's going to be caught, but short of the first down. They have to move quickly now. They're not going to call a timeout, which means 15 seconds are going to run off here. Just awful clock management to throw that short with no blockers, no setup. Number 0 makes the catch. It's Nana Burris who got it, but now they have to move quickly. 1 minute to go. They need to go 74 more yards. Rayner needs to throw deep. He does. Does he have a man open? He might. He does. It's caught. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Arkansas State. Corey Rucker, a 74-yard touchdown with 55 seconds to go. It's just a, oh God, it's a wobbly throw. Looked weird getting out of there, but Corey Rucker just flies away with it. They must have run cover 0 or something, or just the guy got beat. An insane turn of events here as Arkansas State once again refuses to die. Very important extra point attempt here. Let's see who is attempting it. It's going to be Clune Van Andel for the Arkansas State Red Wolves to tie this game at 14 apiece. Snap, hold, kick is good. And the only worry is that they scored too quickly. And now, Louisiana has it back with 55 seconds and all 3 of their timeouts. But who knows if either team even knows how to use their timeouts here. Here comes the kick return to the 10, 15, 20. He's able to get out to the 24. It's a good return for Louisiana. They've already gotten into range once, but now they have to do it again. Howard wants to throw deep, avoids the pressure, throws short. It's going to be caught. And again, they're not going to call a timeout, which means they will only have about 25 seconds to go here. And they still need to go about 35, 40 yards in order to get into field goal range. Are they playing for overtime? Because that'd be dumb. You have all 3 timeouts. But you have press coverage on both sides of the field. This could be another deep ball touchdown here. No safety help. Howard is running the clock all the way. They're running 2 clock. I don't understand. Howard going to take the snap with 6 seconds to go. Throw it deep. It's going to be caught. And they will call to... Are you going for the win or are you not? Because now you have to go for a Hail Mary. This is so mind-bogglingly stupid by Louisiana. Is it going to pay off, though? He throws deep. It's going to be caught. But that's the end. That's going to overtime. You ran out of time, dude. Thankfully, in overtime, timeouts aren't a worry because there is no clock. So we'll see which one of these teams is able to win in overtime. I'm just disgusted by how that ended up happening. I don't understand. So here's the coin toss. Arkansas State gets the toss. Louisiana wins it, so they will go on to Defense first. Red Wolves pick their territories. So it's going to be high stakes after a boneheaded last drive by Louisiana when they had 55 seconds and 3 timeouts. That is an eternity. And they ran 3 plays. Rayner fakes the handoff, throws short, caught. And that is going to be a first down up to the 14-yard line to number 19. That's Tyler Fortenberry making the catch for the Red Wolves. And they will jump back up to get this thing started. Rayner in the shotgun. Both offenses have come to life late here. Rayner fakes the handoff, throws to the end zone. It is going to be incomplete. And once again, we're seeing a whole bunch of lag in overtime, which is so frustrating as an announcer, and it must be frustrating as a viewer. I apologize that we can't get a clearer picture here of what's going on. Rayner in the shotgun on 2nd and 10. He does hand it off. It's going to be a short little gain for Kenyon Clay, who really hasn't done much today. Just over 3 yards per carry. It's going to be 3rd and 7. I mean, I thought it was intercepted, but because of the lag, I couldn't tell what was going on. It just makes my job not harder. It makes it impossible. Rayner in the empty set on 3rd and 7. He wants to throw short. He does. It's caught into the end zone. Touchdown, Arkansas State. That's Kenyon Clay. I just said he wasn't doing much in the run game, but he shows up in the pass game when it really, really matters. Quick little throw. Great little catch. And I'm fine with the lag showing up in the replay. It doesn't matter one bit. I would like for it to not show up at all, but I don't really get a choice in these matters, do I? So here comes the extra point for Clune Van Andel to give Arkansas State their first lead of the night. And it's good. So now, Louisiana has to respond. They don't have a clock to screw up this time. It's just all on their offense to gain 25 yards and get into the end zone to send this to double overtime. Walker Howard waits, throws, middle. It is caught by number 13. That is Charles Robertson making the catch for Louisiana and making it first down at the 13-yard line. I do like the build at the end of Louisiana's fight song, although you guys can't really hear it. Howard drops back, throws to the end zone, caught, touchdown. A quick 2-play drive. Charles Robertson just adopts his defenders and rolls into the end zone to send this one to double overtime. Could we see our second straight week with a triple overtime game? It's certainly possible. Crowd is going nuts. This game has just been, a total drag until we turned on the game, and then everybody started scoring willy-nilly. So we go to double overtime. Louisiana will start with the ball this time, and you have to go for 2-point conversions here. Extra points are not allowed. So we flip fields and start again with Louisiana going the other way. It's going to be a fake handoff. Howard stops, throws it back to the running back, and he is going to take that down to the 18-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 3 as Bill Davis makes the catch. Number 30 for Arkansas State was right there. That was somebody making the play on defense. He's not on the depth chart. Of course he isn't. But here's 2nd and 3. Howard sends Charles Robinson in motion, fakes the push pass, fakes the handoff, under pressure, throws to Robinson on the outside, and he is taken down. Number 25, Aaron Alexander. Sniffed that play out from the very beginning and was just a bat out of hell, flying over to that right sideline to make the tackle on Charles Robertson. They are determined not to let Robertson beat them here. after he scorched them in the first overtime period. Press coverage here in 3rd and 4, which makes sense in the red zone. It's another run to Bill Davis, and he will not get the first down. It's number 30, making another huge defensive play. But I don't know who he is. 4th and 4. It's going to be a high-stakes, short-range field goal attempt for Tony Sterner. And there's going to be a timeout from Arkansas State. They want to ice the kicker and take their chances when they can. Here it is from 36 yards out to give Louisiana the lead. Snap, hold, kick is good. Straight down the middle, and Louisiana retakes a 24-21 lead. But now, Jalen Rayner, if he's able to lead his 4th touchdown drive of the game, he will give Arkansas State another Imperialism win. Rayner with bunch to the right side. He waits. He's under pressure. Throws open. It's going to be caught for about a 7-yard gain to Nana Burris. That'll set up 2nd and 3. He's taking what's available to him. He's not taking any huge risks here, but he is executing at a high level to keep this Red Wolf offense moving. 3 receivers. Quick throw to the outside, and he completely missed his man. It was tight coverage. Maybe he wasn't risking the interception, but that's a bad play. It sets up 3rd and 3. And you really don't want to send this to triple overtime right now. You want to try and end it right here. Because all you have to do is score. The 2-point conversion doesn't even matter. The game will end with a touchdown. They hand it off. That's going to be number 5 going outside. He cannot get the first down. That was Kenyon Clay. He had the angle, but he took it outside trying to get more, and Louisiana was able to shut him down. It's 4th and 1. Now, do you go for it here to try and keep your chance at victory, or do you just go for the game-tying field goal? That is the decision. They're going for the kick. It's Clune Van Andel. There's the timeout to ice him, and this is just... The game management here has been abysmal on both sides. Van Andel to send this thing to triple overtime. Snap, hold, kick is good. And we will keep going. It is time for a battle of 2-point conversions here to decide the winner. Louisiana will start. They're lining up late here. Rayner drops back, all-out blitz. He avoids it, doesn't get sacked, throws the last second, it's caught. And Arkansas State converts. So here comes Louisiana's play. Does the game end right here? Can Arkansas State's defense make a stop? Can anyone make a stop? Walker Howard in the shotgun. Red Wolves rush 4. He throws to the end zone, caught. Charles Robinson again, nobody covered him. As we go, for the first time in Imperialism history, to quadruple overtime. Leave it to the Red Wolves to have this much drama in a game. It's what they do. This is their business. Howard drops back, waits, throws, end zone, got it again. That's the tight end. Caden Jensen making another catch, and now it comes down to Arkansas State. Once again, Jalen Rayner. He's been clutch in every other situation, but when will the luck run out? Rayner, all-out blitz, throws back of the end zone, wide open, Nana Burris, and we are going to quintuple overtime. It just never ends, folks. This is like Dodgers Blue Jays all over again, except we're going red instead of blue. Arkansas State starts once again here in quintuple overtime. Rayner, all-out blitz, throws the last second, caught, sideline, touchdown, Tyler Fortenberry. Nobody's missed yet. But Arkansas State at any point in time could make the stop that ends this game. Louisiana setting up in a goal line formation. Howard hands it off. He is stuffed, and Arkansas State wins the game. What an incredible win for Arkansas State. They had so many opportunities where it could have been stolen away from them, but Jalen Rayner stayed focused. The defense stayed ready, and for some reason, they ran goal line from the 3, which ended the game. Corey Rucker, 5 catches, 159 yards, and 2 touchdowns for the Red Wolves. They win their 3rd game of Imperialism, expand further down into the state of Louisiana, and establish themselves as the bona fide, de facto Cinderella of the tournament. The slipper still fits. Let's go to the map. And again, just to get a little bit better board here. There we go. And can we expand this logo at all is the question. I mean, the answer is no. And the other question is, how do we change it, because those 2 colors are exactly the same. Yeah, I don't know what to do. I think Houston just has to be eliminated at some point. Or we change theirs to a white. Or like silver, but then they're right next to Rice, who's also silver. This is a lose-lose situation, but we can't really worry about that now. So much red down there. Anyway, let's go to the wheel and eliminate Louisiana from the wheel. There they are. Let's go. 71 teams remain. Let's get down to the top 70. Here we go. Is it Georgia? The answer is no. It switches to San Jose State at the very, very last second, as we are going back out west. The Spartans have yet to play this tournament. They've got Stanford up north, a little bit of Cal, whole lot of BYU, some USC, and then just the Pacific Ocean right next to them. Let's see where this goes. That is an open question as to whether it's Stanford or just straight ocean. If it goes into the bay, I think we would give that to Stanford because the arrow is pointing in that direction, but we have to make 100% certain right now and figure out where the center of the logo is for San Jose State. It's right there, and that is pretty clearly Stanford. So the Cardinal get incredibly unlucky here as somebody ends up pointing their way. They have the smallest territory on the map, and now it will be forfeit, potentially, to the San Jose Spartans. Let's get it set up. Alrighty then. So here we are at beautiful Stanford Stadium out in Northern California, as we get a Mountain West versus ACC battle. I hate the words coming out of my mouth. Stanford should not be an ACC team. Like, it just goes against the entire legacy of college football. Well, I mean, I could change Arkansas State's logo from red to black, but then all of the details of their, like, logo would be completely, like, masked and invisible. And suddenly it would just be this, like, silhouette of wolf. Maybe that looks cool. I'll try it out while we're, while this game's going, or once we go back and see if it's cool. It could be. I don't know. Decent return for San Jose State down to the 18. San Jose State did win the last time these two teams met up in real life. They have never met in season-long Imperialism, though, so we'll have to see how this one goes. Here is the opening play for, I believe, Walker Eget. Handing off to number 3, and he is mulched for only 2 yards. So we got this thing started. San Jose State takes the lead, 7-3. Stanford tries to come back at 7-6. They take the lead 9-7. They still haven't scored a touchdown there. There's the touchdown, 16-7. San Jose State responds. They're trying to keep it with one possession. They just might. And stop. Let's jump down to 4 minutes here because we are going to have to jump into this ball game. Unless Stanford can stretch out the lead here. San Jose State has the ball. And let's jump right in here. See how this goes. 3rd and 7 for San Jose State. 4 minutes to go in this ball game. Let's see if their offense can make something happen here. Eget waits under pressure, lost the ball, recovered by number 75 for Stanford. It's Braden Marceau Olayenka making the recovery after a wild strip sack. And suddenly Stanford has it back up by 6 with 3:44 to go. Matt Rose, the Mike linebacker, flies in. Eget did not feel him at all. It's a big-time turnover for Stanford. As Ben Gulbranson will lead the offense here, I think. Or is it Elijah Brown? It's Elijah Brown. Flag down. Brown going to throw deep. It's going to be knocked out of his hands. But this is going to be a flag on number 15 of San Jose State. It's offside, so they had a free deep ball. Elijah Brown went for the Aaron Rodgers deep ball and could not capitalize, but they do get a free 5 yards here. It'll be 1st and 5. Brown hands it off to number 20. He tries to make a juke move, and then number 91 is able to take him down for no gain. That's Quincy Lakio making the stop. Making it 2nd and 5 here for the Stanford Cardinal. So is reacting in a weird way with my tongue. Brown's got to start the play quickly, and he does. They're going shoe clock here, unlike what Louisiana did when they had the opportunity to run the clock down. 3rd and 2 for Stanford. San Jose State used their first timeout. And here is your ball game. Elijah Brown fakes the handoff. Wants to go deep. Avoids the rush. Rolls out. Has a wide open first down. Nobody covered the quarterback. And Elijah Brown runs scot-free past midfield. It'll be a timeout for San Jose State. They only have 1 left and the 2-minute timeout. Brown fakes the handoff, going to run again. Nobody covers him for a second straight play. It's another first down, 25-20, and that will be essentially your ball game. The only way San Jose State gets it back is a turnover. And we'll see if they're able to pull it off. There's the run of number 20, and he is taken down. Second and 10 now for the Stanford Cardinal. And they're just going to let this run to the 2-minute warning. There it is. Elijah Brown trying to captain his team to a crucial win here so they don't lose to a group of 5 school. That'd be an embarrassing way to end this tournament for them. It'll be 2nd and 10 now. All they really need here is to kneel the ball and then kick a field goal, because San Jose State will not be able to score twice within 40 seconds with no timeouts. Brown is going to pass for some reason here. Throws deep. Touchdown. That'll work. I mean, it gives the ball back to San Jose State, but they're up by 13, so what's the difference, you know? Their weird-looking tree dancing around. Gotta love crazy college mascots. I mean, number 80, Brendan Doyle looks surprised that he was even getting the ball in that situation. But he makes the catch, and now here comes the extra point attempt for Emmett Kenny, the kicker for the Stanford Cardinal. Kick is up and good. Oh, shoot. So it's 23-10. San Jose State is out of options. They have to play perfectly and land an onside kick in order to have a chance in this game. He's going to be taken out to number 5, and he is taken down at the 18-yard line. So here is 1st and 10. We've seen E get twice. He handed off the ball once and then got strip sacked. See if we can do something different here. Eget throws short. Going to be a one-handed catch, number 1. And he gets out of bounds to stop the clock. Walker Eget, 222 passing yards. So he's had a decent amount of yardage, but just not many points. Is that an actual ad? That is an actual advertisement. In my college football game? What are we talking about here? Mountain Dew getting on the bandwagon here. Eget stops, throws. It's caught by number 85 for San Jose State. That is Jackson Kanan, their starting tight end. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the San Jose State Spartans. Quick little pitch and catch. Eget, under pressure, rolls away, throws deep. That's going to be caught. A crazy catch by number 3, who stays on his feet. That is somebody. Oh, it's a running back, I think. No? Well, it's a 35-yard gain for whoever that was. And it means that San Jose State is not quite dead yet. Crazy throw by Eget. He's now over 250 yards for the day. Takes a snap, wants to go to the end zone as fast as he possibly can. He's under pressure. Throws short. Can number 1 get out of bounds? No. So that is going to knock 15 incredibly valuable seconds off the clock. They essentially have to score on this play or else they are toast. Cooked, chopped, however you want to say it. 50 seconds to go. Egan in the shotgun. Waits. Wants to go to the end zone. Under pressure again. Avoids the sack. No, he doesn't. He wasn't even touched. Wilfredo Ibar is able to get in there and wreak havoc in the pocket, forcing a sack. It'll be 3rd and 10. Another 15 seconds come off the clock, and this is San Jose State's last chance here. Eget has to throw to the end zone. It's going to be caught for a 1st down. So that will stop the clock briefly, but they have 1 play left. They have to get into the end zone right here or else the game is over. And they might not even have time for that. It's going to be very, very close here. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He floats it. That is your ball game. It is an interception. All right, get somebody on the stat sheet there right at the end. Number 21 for Stanford makes the pick. That's Scotty Edwards making the last-second play as Stanford wins the Bill Walsh Legacy game. Elijah Brown, 172 passing yards, 2 scores, a whole bunch of rushing yards as well. Very good game for him. But it's a dominant win, 23-10 for the Stanford Cardinal. There was the last-second touchdown to put it away. They're singing the alma mater out in Stanford. Let's go to the map, shall we? Oh, wait. No. Wrong color. There we go. In San Jose State, you got strip sacked. I don't think we've seen many of those in Imperialism, but that's it. Bye-bye. Go. And now we can expand out Stanford a little bit, much to their chagrin. I think they would prefer to just stay small. And then give me 1 second. I gotta erase just a little bit more stuff there. You've got to be kidding me. Hold on. Oh, okay, we're good. Still on the same one. There we go. Now, I think this is where he put Stanford to make them the biggest. Let's take a look here. Yeah, they can't fit there. They can't fit here. They can get bigger here, so that is exactly what we're going to do. So there we go. Stanford has a new expanded territory in the great state of California. There's our third game of the night. Let's just test out this Arkansas State theory real quick to see what that would look like. I mean, if Texas Tech were still here, I could just steal from their color and do this, but we'll try this real quick. Oh my god! That looks incredible! The only problem is, with like an all-black look, I can no longer delete their borders. They'll be the same color as the state borders, so we're gonna have to modify this slightly. Let's see what happens when we take this one. Yeah, we'll do that. And that'll be Arkansas State's logo for now, just to differentiate them from Houston a little bit. Okay, let's go to the wheel and eliminate the San Jose State Spartans. There they go. Down to the top 69. Nice. Here we go. Who will be the last team eliminated before we get to the funny number? Is it Arizona State going back in? Yes, it is. We return to one of last year's college football playoff darlings and the alma mater of Cam Skattebo. I mean, prayers up to that guy. What a brutal injury. I watched that live, and like, I'm an Eagles fan, but like, man, he was so fun to watch. I wasn't even mad when they beat us because like, I was just so happy that Cam Skattebo had found his team, that he was getting carries. He had been snubbed in the draft, and it's a shame, man, to see what happened to him. All right, we stay out west with Arizona State. They could play San Diego State, BYU, Air Force, or Oklahoma, or they just jump down into Mexico. Let's see what happens here with the arrow. Oh boy, that is Oklahoma. And the Sooners have to play for a 6th time in this tournament. They're the second team to play 6 games. It's Oklahoma yet again. And for the 6th time in this tournament, the Oklahoma Sooners put everything on the line. This time they have an extra life. So if they lose, they are not out of it yet. I want to clarify that for the record. But they've got another very tough opponent here in the docket. Another Big 12 opponent in the defending Big 12 champion, Arizona State Sun Devils. And here we go with what should be an exciting game. You got Sam Levitt, a very good quarterback, an extremely good receiver in Jordan Tyson. Arizona State already beat Arizona earlier this season. Now they return to the gridiron once again to take on the frontrunners of this tournament, the Oklahoma Sooners. He will take a knee on the touchback as here comes John Mateer once again. He was a Heisman hopeful. Now that he has 2 losses, he's probably not getting that. Maybe it's Haynes King for Heisman? Who knows? He's run number 0, Jaden Ott. He got injured in the last game against Kansas, but he stays in the field here as we go to Super Sim. Nope, nope, nope. Oklahoma starts with a field goal. And then another field goal. Arizona State responds to the touchdown, but the extra point was blocked. It's 13-6, 13-13. They're keeping it even. We might have to watch again. It's 16-13. Oklahoma responds. 16-16 and stop. We're going to go one play at a time here to get down to 4 minutes. And there's a touchdown for Arizona State. I think they might have gotten an interception to make this 26-16. And we'll just go quickly here to see if Oklahoma can respond. They go crazy fast. That is a fumble recovered for 75 yards. And Arizona State gets it back again. It's 33-16, and this game is over. Arizona State pulls off the upset in Norman. A shocking loss for Oklahoma. They do stay in the tournament, but Arizona State gets their second win and takes away Oklahoma's extra life, which means we have to do an extra game tonight. Oh my God. I'm going to stay up so late. Okay. 33-16 is your final. A whole bunch of crazy turnovers. And one of the longest fumble returns we've ever seen in this tournament. Oh, we don't have to do anything. Bye-bye to the extra life. Florida is the only team on the map with an extra life right now. Just as things began. And we can take away... I don't think we even wrote that down for Oklahoma. They never had the one up written on the wheel anyway. Are they on the wheel? Am I going insane? Yes, they're on the wheel. Okay, we're good. Let's shuffle and keep this going. We have to go again. There's still 4 games to go. Is it Texas A&M or is it Miami? It's going to be Texas A&M playing again. And folks, this very well could be Oklahoma's last game. They might have to play twice in a row. The Aggies don't have many other options. They could jump into Mexico, but I don't like those odds. Are they jumping into Mexico? They are. Texas A&M will not play. So we have to spin the wheel yet again. There we go. Oh my God. Will this episode ever end? We're going to say Coastal Carolina. We're going to the East Coast now. But I believe the Chanticleers also have ocean territory. They do, just a little bit. They've got North Carolina and they got Clemson and Charlotte here. Let's see where the Chanticleers will have their arrow point. You've got to be kidding me. That's straight east. There's a tiny chance that that's James Madison, but we gotta verify. The middle's gonna be right on that, and nope, that's straight into the ocean again. So Coastal Carolina will avoid playing. And we have to shuffle again. This is insane right now. Who's next? Toledo, North Texas. Is it Notre Dame? It's finally Notre Dame. One of the most storied programs in college football. We'll get their turn on the wheel. Do they have... They do have a tiny bit of lake territory. So if that points all the way up, since they don't share a border with Wisconsin, they will not play Wisconsin and will just skip. But if it goes up here, they will play Northwestern. So it's either Northwestern, Western Michigan, Ball State, Purdue, or Illinois here for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Where are they going? That is due north. And they get lucky here. This is a throwback to the first ever Imperialism game I played, the test stream for Season 1. It was Notre Dame against Western Michigan, and we are getting it again right here. Let's get it set up. Plenty of pomp and circumstance for the marching band for Western Michigan. Oh, there's Moon. He had a ridiculous goal line stand in last year's tournament. And now I need to change the lighting here. Not a lot of great options for Western Michigan, so we'll go with this. And it kind of matches Notre Dame as well, so it's fitting. I don't really want to use a brown light. I don't even know if that's possible. But here come the Broncos. Ready to get things started. They will kick off to Marcus Freeman and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, who are striving to try and get into the college football playoff. So here comes C.J. Carr, the freshman quarterback, starting for Notre Dame. Walking out here for one play, and then we're probably just going to super sim and skip to the end. Here at Stafford Smith Field. Carr hands off to Jeremiah Love. He's got a little bit of space outside, and he is taken down for no gain. Let's see what happens here. Notre Dame goes up 7-0. 14-0. 21-0. 28-0. They're making very, very quick work here. Is this going to be another shutout for Western Michigan? I think it's going to be. 38-0. 41-0. No points. 41-0 is your final. Notre Dame just blanking the Western Michigan Broncos. And if I'm not mistaken, they were also shut out in their only game last year. Maybe they played it closer. I don't know. I don't even know who they played. But let's go to the map and knock Western Michigan off of it. Three gigs. We can afford to wait just a little bit longer there. There we go. And Western Michigan, bye-bye. Zoom out a little bit here and make this logo much larger. We can probably extend it just a little more here. So there is Notre Dame's new expanded territory as they take up a little bit of space in the great state of Michigan. Let's go and eliminate Western Michigan from the wheel here. They are, and they are gone. We are down to 69 teams, which means this next game will be the halfway point for the tournament. So let's shuffle and eliminate the last team from the first half of this great tournament. Who could it be? Is it Texas A&M getting landed on twice in the same episode? We have never seen that this season. Oh boy. Can they get absurdly lucky for a second time here and jump into Mexico once again? Because right now it's Texas A&M, Coastal Carolina, and UCF that have all avoided playing today. Could we have a third skip in the running here? The answer is no. It is time for Texas A&M versus Oklahoma. We have been waiting for this battle. I would have hoped that it would happen later, but the Sooners, after drastically expanding their territory, winning 5 games, they lost to Arizona State, and now they have to play the number 3 team in the country, the Texas A&M Aggies. As the Oklahoma faithful wait with bated breath as their team emerges from the tunnel with the Sooner Schooner leading them out. But they will take on the Texas A&M Aggies. They are in danger of being eliminated here after playing 6 games already in this tournament, including 1 game this episode. They've beaten Kansas. They've beaten Texas Tech. They beat Tulsa. And a couple other teams that I can't remember right now. Was it Nebraska? No, not Nebraska. UTEP possibly. It's too many to count. But now they've got their hardest matchup of the season so far. Their first SEC opponent. The Texas A&M Aggies have come to town to try and knock out the Sooners and establish themselves as the true front runner of this tournament. And they tackle him at the 9, one of the worst kick returns we've seen in Imperialism history. Jaden Ott had a good first couple of games. He has been held in check the last couple of games. We'll see if he can make something happen here against a stout and dominant Texas A&M defense. Mateer fakes the handoff, throws short, going to be caught by Nope, it's dropped. Let's go to Super Sim and see if the Sooners stand a chance in this game. It's 3-0. Oklahoma makes it 7-3. They start out with an opening drive touchdown, 10-3. 10-6, we're still close. Texas A&M cannot answer. It's 17-6. Aggies are in danger here. 17-9 and stop. 24-15. We're going to go one play at a time to see if... screw it. This is the most important game of the year. We are jumping in because this is do or die for the Aggies, who are suddenly in danger of ending their season. They're the number 3 team in the country, and they might be on the precipice of bowing out after just 4 games. Let's see if Marcel Reed and the Aggies can drive down the field to save their season. 4:58 to go. Reed fakes the handoff to Le'Veon Moss, and that is going to be a batted ball for 2nd and 10. The only plus is that it stops the clock. They do need to preserve as much of that as they can. Reed drops back, under pressure, throws short, going to be caught by number 2. He's going to get the first down. That is... who is that? It's Terry Busey. He's been a clutch receiver so far this year, and he makes another big catch there for the Aggies. It'll be 1st and 10 for the 26, but they still have miles to go. Reed lines up in the I formation. You don't see that often in college football. Certainly not in Imperialism. He drops back, fakes the handoff, throws deep. That is going to be caught. I believe that's Mellon Orstrom, the tight end. It is Theo Mellon Orstrom with the catch for a big-time first down and a 19-yard gain. Gorgeous floated pass from Marcel Reed, who hasn't had that many statistical accomplishments. He's mostly just handed the ball out to Le'Veon Moss and made clutch plays, but he's making more clutch plays now when his team desperately needs him. Reed hands it off to Le'Veon Moss. He's going to juke inside and get taken down after an 8-yard pickup. The nice thing for Oklahoma is that even if you give up a touchdown here, you can still give it back to your offense to try and run out the clock and win the game the old-fashioned way. Unless, of course, the Aggies go for an onside kick and somehow convert it. Reed has Moss going outside. He's going to throw short instead. They just completely left number 1 alone in a pocket there. That was Mario Craver wide open. Simple play, simple catch. Aggies are in business. We haven't said that much this year. Reed, under pressure, throws short, going to be caught by number 2. And that is another first down. That's Terry Busey again up to the 26. Texas A&M has found their life once again, and they just have to keep this rolling. They can't let Oklahoma get settled. They have to keep making the Sooners react instead of attack here on the defensive side of the ball. Marcel Reed has found every single good play so far. Can he keep it going now that the field is scrunched down? Reed, under pressure, throws short to Moss, and that is a big-time tackle by number 10. That's Kip Lewis making the stop for only a 3-yard gain. The clock is going to continue to run here, 2:30 to go. Aggies would love to score before the 2-minute warning to try and preserve another stoppage of the clock, but it's going to be a close one here. 2:23, maybe this is a shot to the end zone on the right side or the left. Press coverage on both ends. Reed waits, under pressure, rolls out to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, 5. Can he get to the end zone? No. It'll be 1st and goal, and that'll take this down to the 2-minute timeout. They can't call any timeouts. They have to preserve those because they just lost their last free stoppage of the clock right there. It'll be 1st and goal for the Aggies. And I love this is coming down to the wire. These are 2 Imperialism National Championship contenders right here, duking it out with everything on the line from the 3-yard line. It's basically a 2-point conversion. They hand it off. No, Reed keeps it himself and is stuffed for a no gain. That is number 65 making the stop. Jaden Jackson showing incredible wheels for a defensive tackle, making that stop. It'll be 2nd and goal. And they're not going to call a timeout. They have to save him. So 15 more seconds to come off the clock. Marcel Reed from the 3. Takes the snap. He's got to throw it. He avoids the rush and walks into the end zone for the touchdown. And the big question is, do you go for an onside kick here? Or do you just kick it off and trust your defense, who, you know, is great in the regular season and in real life, but they are struggling today against the Sooners. Marcel Reed, nobody covered the quarterback. They let him walk in because this will come down to Oklahoma's offense. So here comes a relatively important extra point here for Texas A&M. It's Randy Bond to kick this through and make it a 2-point game. Because if they get it back, all they need is a field goal to win it. Randy Bond. Snap, hold, kick is good. A 10-play, 84-yard drive taking up 3 minutes and 27 seconds. We're at 90 minutes of this stream already. This is going to get us down to 68, which means we have still 2 more games into this. Oh, my God. What time is it? It's already 10 o'clock. I'm, like, almost out of clothes, y'all. I mean, I guess I could do laundry tomorrow, but bruh. All right, here's John Mateer with 1:28 to go. They have to get a first down. If they do, they win the game. They fake the handoff. Mateer is going to throw on first down, throw it short to Jaden Ott. He will not get the first down, and there's the first time out from Texas A&M. It'll be 2nd and medium here. Mateer fakes it to Ott. Under pressure, throws a floater. It is caught on the sideline, and that is your ball game. Dion Burks, one of the most experienced receivers in this room, makes the catch. Texas A&M still has 2 timeouts, but things are not looking good for the Aggies. Mateer going to keep it himself, roll to the outside. Is that a first down? Yes, it is, and that is officially your ball game. John Mateer is able to save the day for the Sooners as they look to knock the Texas A&M Aggies out of the tournament right here. One of the biggest eliminations so far. Texas A&M gone. Battered Aggie syndrome is back. The Aggies lose on the road, and Oklahoma is the first team to 6 wins in this tournament. They still put themselves at plenty of risk by getting that win, but they have no choice at this point. They are bordering so many teams. They have become the Michigan of this tournament. They moved to 6-1. Satania with the catch. And the Aggies are out. A crazy, crazy turn of events there. Let's go to the map. Oh my goodness. Avert your eyes, Texas A&M. And now you have to hope against hope that your real life team can step up and make plays when it counts. When was the last time they did that? Who knows, man, but you're out of Imperialism. Bye-bye. So Oklahoma continues to expand their absolutely massive territory. Can we make their logo any bigger? The answer is no. So they will stay right there. And they are just gobbling Texas for lunch right now. Only 5 teams remain in the Lone Star State. None of them from the SEC. That's crazy to say. Crazy elimination. We are really getting a very exciting tournament this year. I'm happy. And we got to eliminate Texas A&M from the wheel. Goodbye. Or no. What is it? Texas University. Yeah, goodbye to Texas University. You just didn't know you were talking about yourselves. Let's take a look at the map at the halfway point. Zoom out a little bit. There we go. I mean, take a look. It's Oklahoma and it's everyone else. Boise State, Wisconsin, Florida State, James Madison has a big territory. Arkansas State is your Cinderella. BYU is expanding a little bit. But it's Oklahoma's tournament to lose. They need 4 more wins to get a second extra life. And they are bordering right now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 of the remaining 67 teams are bordering Oklahoma. As we shuffle and continue. 2 games left tonight. Unless, of course, somebody beats Florida. Can you imagine? No. It's Rutgers. Okay. So Rutgers has already played twice, and now they return. Their chances of going into the Atlantic Ocean are so low. So this could be Connecticut, Boston College, Syracuse, Buffalo, or Penn State. There's a very tiny chance it's James Madison, but I sincerely doubt that that will happen. Where are the Scarlet Knights going for their 3rd game? It's going to be down into the west. Is that Buffalo or is that Penn State? It's close. It's very close. Oh my God, it's right on the line. I think it's Buffalo, but we gotta zoom way in order to get a proper answer here. This is the center. That right there is the center. I think that's Penn State, but we got to get the measurement out here. What can I use? Sure, why not? No, we got to use something later. Hold on. There we go. God, it's on the line. It is literally... Oh my God. Okay. I've never had it point directly to the line before. So in this case, what we're going to do is I'm going to flip a coin, and whoever it lands on will play Rutgers. All right, we're going to get my special coin flipping 50-cent coin out here. All right. Heads is going to be Penn State. Tails, Willie Buffalo. The first coin toss in Imperialism history right here. It is heads. And I don't think Rutgers likes that one bit. It's Rutgers versus Penn State. Now, the Nittany Lions are not very good in real life, but I don't think that is translated to their Imperialism team. I think Drew Aller is still going to be playing here unless they've updated the rosters to have their backup starting. But here we go. Let's get it set up. And there it is. We have returned to Beaver Stadium, and look, it's the dead man himself, James Franklin, marching his team out here because he can't do it in real life anymore. This team, which had so many aspirations going into the year, is now 3-4 with no more starting quarterback. This is the only place where they can still fulfill the potential of this season by taking out the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. Here we go. as Rutgers runs out as well. All right. We are underway in this Big Ten showdown. Oh, I wish I could, but I am so tired. Like, I just need to, like, go to bed. We're going to have to be in the top 66 because I have to, like, stay at a certain schedule in order to, like, have enough games to do at the end of the year, basically. We've already gotten an extra game tonight, so I don't know what to say. Here we go. Kaliakmanis with the one play of the night here. Waits, hands it off. There's number 5 going up the middle, and that'll take us right to Super Sim. CJ Campbell Jr. with the carry. Oh, no. It's tied at 3. 10-3, Penn State goes up. 10-6, they're keeping it close. 13-10, it's 17-13. It stayed close. Stop. We have to watch another game. Oh, my God. All right, time to break out the rosters. Is it Drew Aller or is it somebody else? Let's see. It is Drew Aller for Penn State getting out there. Playing here when he can't play in real life. He hands it off to number 10. It's Singleton. Singleton is stopped. It'll be 4th and 1. And now here's the biggest decision of the night for former Penn State head coach James Franklin. Let's see what he does here. 4 minutes to go. They're going to kick a field goal to make it a 7-point game, and it'll come down to Rutgers' offense. See if they can come back and tie this game up. 94 sends it straight through. Kick is good, and Penn State goes up by 7. Like, just this navy lighting is making me more tired. I am out of it, man. There goes the kick. 3:52 to play in this ball game. And here comes the return. By number 0, he is stuffed at the 17-yard line. It all comes down to this for Rutgers. Kaliakmanis throws a screen outside of number 9. He is going to try to get to the sideline, but Penn State's able to beat him there. That was Ian Strong, the freshman, with the catch. That was the end of the season. I could, but, like, I'm already doing, like, extra games later in the year in order to, like, get to both the top 25 and the top 10, like, landing those right. So there will be long episodes like that later in the year for sure. So it's 3rd and 6 now. Rutgers is in trouble here. Kaliakmanis in the gun. He drops back. He's under pressure. He rolls out. He is hit and sacked. Zariah Fisher is able to make the stop, and now it's decision time for Rutgers. Do you punt it away and rely on your defense, or do you go for it and make this the ball game right here? Zariah Fisher's first sack of the day, just keeping Kaliakmanis in the pocket. And here it is, 4th and 13. What do they choose to do? They are going to punt it away and essentially give up. But maybe, just maybe, they're able to make something happen on defense to get the ball back here. It's a great tackle on the punt return by number 21. And that is where Drew Aller and Penn State will get it. All they need is a couple first downs to end this game. Aller fakes the handoff under pressure, throws deep, going to be caught. That's another first down. There's the first timeout for Rutgers. They are not messing around here. They just want to get this territory and be on their way. This will give Boston College an almost impenetrable territory because the only team bordering that would be UConn. There's the handoff. It's Nick Singleton, and he is dropped for no gain. There's the second timeout for Rutgers. All right, 2:39 to go. Aller tosses it to Singleton. Singleton, no, it's Katron Allen. Katron Allen gets the first down and a whole lot more. He jukes out a man, gets all the way down to the 16-yard line, and that's basically going to do it. Rutgers has only one timeout left. So they'd be down 10 with 1:20 to go. They'd have the ball, but no hope. Aller sends a man in motion. Fakes the handoff, throws to the end zone. And for some reason, they go for the touchdown, but we're just going to go super sim. This game is over. O-V-E-R, over. Luke Reynolds makes the catch. We're just going to finish this one out. (27-20) is your final. Rutgers was able to get one more touchdown, but Penn State able to get their second win of the tournament and eliminate the Rutgers Scarlet Knights from the conversation. Drew Aller over 200 passing yards. He's got that NIL deal with Ram Trucks, I think. I don't really know why, but he does. 2.4 gigs, that's fine. Let's go back to the map here. Yeah, let's get down the top of 25 next episode. Like, I could have ended it early and ended at the exactly halfway point, but I'm like, no. We got to stay with at least 7 per match just to make it interesting, you know? Go. There it is. And Rutgers, you got 2 wins. More than you got last year, but that is going to be the end for you. Bye-bye. I think there's a couple weird borders we got to do here. There we go. Hold on. Are there any other borders I have to get rid of for this? I don't think so. Let's move Penn State's logo over here. And then we gotta make it a little bit smaller here. And there we go. So Penn State has expanded out further east. And everybody better look out because they're still good in this game for some reason. Let's eliminate Rutgers from the wheel. Okay. Literally, as soon as I finish this game, I'm just going to like close all the screens and go to sleep. That is the plan. I am so excited to go to bed. Let's shuffle this thing and finish this episode out. It's going to go over 2 hours for the first time this season. Is it Missouri State? No, it's another team that's played a whole bunch. It's Ole Miss. Are they bordering Oklahoma? Please say no. They're not. But they are bordering Arkansas State. That would be a shame if we lost Arkansas State this episode. I would really hate that. You've got a whole bunch of other teams they're bordering, though. You've got Louisville, Tennessee, Georgia Tech, tiny little bit of Florida State, Alabama, Arkansas State, and a little bit of Missouri State. So let's see where the arrow takes the Ole Miss Rebels on our last game of the night. It's not Arkansas State. Is it Louisville or Tennessee? Let's take a look. That is going to be Louisville. So the Cardinals will finally play again after playing in the very first episode and then waiting 9 weeks to come back. It is an ACC versus SEC showdown to finish things off. Ole Miss versus Louisville. Let's get it set up. Second, while that is loading, I have to check on one stat line here real quick. Because how many games have Ole Miss won? Are they up to 3? They are. Ole Miss is currently 3-0. This will be their 4th victory of the tournament, taking on the Louisville Cardinals, who are 1-0. It's Miller Moss, a high-class transfer coming in from USC, playing for this storied ACC school. It's the alma mater of Lamar Jackson and Jair Alexander. Cardinals will kick off to the Ole Miss Rebels. This should be a fun, entertaining game to finish things out as we go cross over the 2-hour mark of this stream. That's going to be a takedown there at the 20-yard line. So here comes, I believe, Trinidad Chambliss. We'll have to take a look to see who walks into that huddle. Is that Austin Simmons? We're going to have to go controller select here and take over Ole Miss. Can't make the change yet. What? Trinidad Chambliss is not even on their roster. What? In what world is he not? CFB 26 rating. Oh my God. He's not there. It's going to have to be Austin Simmons, who's an 83 overall, not a bad quarterback, but they have a superstar in Trinidad Chambliss, and he's not even on the roster. That's insane. We have to go one play here, so we'll just hand it off up the middle. There goes Damian Taylor. Has a little bit of space. He got the first down. It's a good play. Ole Miss going turbo here. Can we go Super Sim? No. Uh-oh. Taking off. It's going to be a lob deep. Wide open touchdown, Ole Miss. DeJon Stribling walks into the end zone for a quick score for the Rebels. Oh my God. Louisville's defense completely just torched on the play. A lob, nobody there. He got completely burnt. 24 couldn't stay with him. And I think we can go to Super Sim now. We can. And that is exactly what we're going to do to try to end this thing early. 7-zip. 7-7. 14-7. We got to hop in. Oh my God. This stream will never end. Now I got to pull up the rosters. I got to do work. Got a full day of work and now I got to work more, bro. What is this? All right, Miller Moss has the ball on 3rd and 3. He drops back. under pressure, gets it away. It's going to be caught wide open, number 7, to get a Louisville first down. Are they going to go turbo? They might. I got to hurry up. There we go. They are not going turbo. 30 seconds on the play clock. 4 minutes to go in the game. Louisville is in business looking for a game-tying touchdown late in the fourth quarter. Moss throws short. Going to be caught. All right. 2nd and 4 for Miller Moss. He's going to fake the handoff and take it himself. Moss gets some blocking on the outside edge. 30, 25, 20. And he slides down the 25-yard line. He's had a couple of sacks today, but he gets a whole bunch of those yards back right there. Moss is going to toss outside for only a 3-yard gain, and we got a little bit of a lag there to avoid that play. 2:58 to go. God, I'm out of energy. Okay, 2nd and 7 for Louisville. Moss throws short. It's going to be caught for a 5-yard gain. I believe that's number 5. Colin Lacey making the catch for Louisville. It'll be 3rd and 2 here, as Ole Miss will try and make the stop to save their season and get their 4th win of the tournament. Another handoff wide open up the middle for a first down. Goes number 1. That's Isaac Brown with the carry. And with 2:25 to go, Louisville is firmly in the red zone for a 1st and goal situation. They might let this run down to the 2-minute timeout just to put some pressure on Ole Miss. Let's take a look at what they do here. Miller Moss fakes it, has just a little bit of time, throws to the end zone. It is dropped by Jacob Stewart. He had it in his hands. He reached across the plane, but it did not survive the ground. 2nd and goal with 2:06 to go. Miller Moss is hurt. Something's wrong with his leg. That's not good. Moss throws a short pass complete to number 88, but it's only going to pick up 3 yards to Jaleel Skinner. I don't really know what that play call was. It's 3rd and goal now for Louisville. It all comes down to these 2 plays. They have to gain 7 yards to tie this game against Ole Miss. Moss under center. Drops back. It's a straight pass. He throws to the end zone. That one's caught. That is a touchdown for the tie. Trayshawn Hurry makes the play happen, and with 1:57 to go, the Louisville Cardinals have tied this ball game with the extra point pending. Now, they could pull Dos Equis and go for Dos. Will they, though? Will they risk still being down by 1? Or will they just tie the game and force Ole Miss to go for a game-winning field goal drive? One of the easiest things to do in all of sports. We'll find out the decision in about 4 seconds. Here we go. They will kick the extra point. All right, boring. Nick Keller to send this thing through. Snap, hold, kick is good. All right. Just eat my last peanut butter cup here. He's got better as time went on. First couple that I ate tasted like chalk, but these are fine. And there's the takedown. So Ole Miss finds themselves about 50 yards away from field goal range. And what is Austin Simmons going to do about it? He's going to run to the 20. He slides down, and that is going to knock 15 seconds off the clock. Bad clock management. And they're not using a timeout. Like, We might be going to overtime here. For the second time this episode. All right. Simmons throws short, caught. Can he get out of bounds? No, but he does get the first down. With 1:24 to go, Ole Miss is about 25 yards from field goal range. Good pitch and catch there to number 2. That is Harrison Wallace, the third, making the catch. With 70 seconds to go. Simmons throws, caught. No, it's dropped. Wallace tried to make the catch, but Louisville's defender is right there to shut it down. 2nd and 8, 10 with 1:08 to go. How is this one going to end? How will this episode end? This is the last game we're doing tonight. Simmons, 4-man pressure. We got a whole bunch of lag. I have no idea what's going on. Was he sacked? No, he threw an incomplete pass. I'm sorry about the lag. The internet is fluctuating wildly right now between like less than 1,000 kilobytes per second and like 25,000 kilobytes per second. I don't know how to manage that. Here we go. Simmons throws deep. Does he have a man down there? He might. He does. And there goes Harrison Wallace III for a go-ahead touchdown. I almost said game winning, but Louisville has a tiny chance. They have all 3 timeouts in 56 seconds. So maybe they can pull off a miracle too. But it's a second deep ball score for Ole Miss today. Austin Simmons telling the crowd, who needs Trinidad Chambliss? I am right here. You guys were nationally ranked before you even knew who he was. I still think it's baffling that Trinidad Chambliss is not on the game yet. Has he not had time to sign an NIL deal? Like, what are we doing here, man? You're the starting quarterback for a top 6 team. Get it together. Here is the extra point to make it a 7-point game from their kicker. The kick is up and it is good. That was Oscar Bird, I believe. No, Mike Baker with the extra point. So with 56 seconds to go, it is all going to come down to Ole Miss's defense once again. Can Miller Moss make another huge play here to tie the game? It's a decent return to the 23-yard line. They will have 53 seconds to go, 77 yards. Moss throws short. Bad play call. Can they make a first down out of that? No, he can't even get out of bounds. That's going to knock 15 seconds off the clock unless they call a timeout. Of course, they don't. It's just bad logic from the CPU, if we're being honest. 35 seconds left. 33, 32. Moss gets everybody set. It's a total empty set here on 2nd and 9. 26 seconds. He's got to throw deep, and we've lost all connection. I have no idea where the ball is. They call timeout with 22 seconds to go. They do get a first down to the 41. Who knows how that happened? 1st and 10. Moss, under pressure, throws deep, caught another first down. They have to call timeout again. They're going to get to around midfield. They have to keep getting closer, but they only have 1 timeout. They need to go 48 yards in 19 seconds. Moss throws deep, caught! Number 5 gets all the way down to the 14. There's the timeout. It's going to be a red zone moment here. After Colin Lacey made the catch. Here it is, 1st and 10, 14 seconds to go. Game on the line. Moss, end zone, it's knocked down. But that will give them another play here. That might have been Unman Miela making the stop for Ole Miss. 11 seconds to go. Moss pointing out defenders. Here it is. Moss throws short, caught. Can he get to the end zone? He gets the first down. This is going to be incredibly close. I don't think they're going to get this playoff in time. 7 seconds. It all depends on when the clock starts running. It starts running now, and that is your ball game. Oh, it's the worst part. They're going to lose this game on the time glitch. Ole Miss gets their 4th victory of the season by beating Louisville late. And that's what you get for not calling a timeout when you were down. Louisville has been eliminated. Kentucky has been eliminated from this tournament. The state, not the school. Kentucky was eliminated earlier by Miami of Ohio, of all teams. There was the game-winning touchdown from Harrison Wallace III, as Ole Miss will have a very large, sprawling territory in the Southeast. Let's take a look at it right now. And here's your map. We have crossed the halfway point, and only 66 teams remain in this great tournament. Oklahoma has a huge swath up the middle of the United States, and they knocked out their biggest competition out west in the Texas A&M Aggies. So now they got a whole bunch of teams who are not as good as them, bordering them. You got Penn State expanding. James Madison is still out there. Florida State, Ole Miss, and Arkansas State are all competing, along with Georgia Tech, for territory in the Southeast. Cinderella's still alive with Arkansas State after a crazy win over Louisiana. FIU avoided playing. Coastal Carolina avoided playing. Texas A&M avoided one game, but then had to play against Oklahoma. They lost. And that is your summary. It is time to finally end this stream after 2 hours and 17 minutes. And I will see y'all next Wednesday, I believe, for week 11, because I'm going to be busy on the 4th. Yeah, bye-bye.